Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Everyday Carry for Everyday Guys. So today we're going to be talking about some winter everyday carry concepts, right? I posted a video on Thursday and someone asked about gloves. And I asked you guys, do you guys want me to answer this question, or do you want me to do like a full winter everyday carry concept video? And overwhelmingly you guys said you want to talk about the concept of winter EDC. So this is that video. Now, I want to start things off with a paddle. One of the major things that changes in winter is the clothing we wear. We generally wear more layers. Now, something that's really important when wearing layers, guys, is you have to ensure that whatever you're wearing, you are able to still achieve a relatively fast draw stroke. Now, when it comes to casual clothing, I generally love a hoodie, right? The hoodie I'm running in the video that you're seeing now is one that I sell on my website. The reason I sell it on my website is because I had gone through a ton of different branded hoodies, and they all were either too long or too tight around the waist in order for me to achieve a robust and repeatable draw stroke. I want my draw stroke with a hoodie on to be the same as my draw stroke with just a t-shirt on. And so that's why I chose that particular brand and branded it as such. Now, I'm not saying you must go out and purchase this hoodie. I'm just saying that if you are going to wear a hoodie, do a test draw stroke to ensure that your draw stroke methodology and the hand movement you're using isn't overly different to what you normally do, because when it comes down to it, you're going to revert back to your most memorized movements in order to gain access to your firearm. Now, I generally will wear an Urban Warrior t-shirt underneath, a general t-shirt. Urban Warrior make clothing specifically designed for everyday carry. The nice thing about doing that is if I do go somewhere and it does get a bit warm, I can just untuck my t-shirt and I still got a really excellent cover garment that maintains a really, really high standard, as well as gives me stretch and comfortability and the ability to conceal and draw my firearm. I pretty much never am not wearing an item of Urban Warrior clothing, because they are a clothing company who make clothing specifically designed for everyday carriers. Now, if you want to go a bit more formal, I do have a few shirts that I like to wear. One of them in winter is the Urban Warrior Hotel Sierra. That is the heavy shirt. The reason I like that shirt is because A, it's almost like a light jacket. It's quite thick, and B, it's got stretch. Okay, so going for my firearm, my draw stroke, it's the same repeatable motion. Again, very, very important. You don't have to overly adjust what you're doing. Now, if it does get a bit warm, if you're wearing a general tee again underneath it, you can open that shirt up. And again, the formula, quote unquote, stays the same. You're able to achieve a robust and repeatable draw stroke with the winter clothing that you are wearing. Now, further to that, if you want to wear something that's a bit warmer, Urban Warrior also has the concealed carry shirt. This is a shirt with a built-in mesh insert. The mesh insert is sewn just below your breast area, so it doesn't affect your draw stroke, but you now have like a garment over another garment that you can wear. It's warmer, right, than the Hotel Sierra, but you can't wear it open like you can the Hotel Sierra. So you've got to manage those two things. But the important thing that I'm trying to say, and the important concept here is, if you are going to EDC and you're going to wear more clothing in winter, right, which you obviously are going to do, test that clothing out to ensure that you can still access your firearm. That's really, really important. Because if you can't, right, you are now sacrificing capability for comfort. Now, guys, I am talking about this through the lens of a Cape Town winter. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about that's very important when it comes to winter is the use of one of these, a flashlight. In winter, the sun rises later and sets earlier. So the likelihood that you are going to be out and about in an environment you can't control when it's dark is much higher. Having a handheld flashlight that is going to provide you with visual data is extremely important, especially if you are going to carry a firearm, right? I can't stress or recommend enough the importance of a handheld. Go for something, especially in winter, that's a bit bigger if you can. Something that has high candela, that's going to be able to punch through photonic barriers. It's going to be able to punch through fog, that sort of thing. You want something with power and with a tail switch. A tail switch is important for when we talk about gloves a little later on. Now, further to that, guys, I highly recommend you also run a weapon-mounted light in winter. As I said, you are more than likely going to be out and about in an environment you can't control when it's dark more often in winter. So having a weapon-mounted light on your firearm is going to give you an added advantage. Having a good handheld that has the ability to visually disorientate as well as a good weapon-mounted light. Now, it doesn't have to be a X300. If it's too big, you can go for something like the Streamlight TLR7A. That's a nice, small, compact weapon-mounted light. I mean, the holsters these days for that light is almost the same size as a holster without the light. So, no real excuse as to why you shouldn't run that. Now, onto gloves. There's generally two types of gloves. They are the fingerless and the full finger. Now, when it comes to gloves, sorry, I just touched my mic there, that didn't cause any issues. When it comes to gloves, I generally only wear the Mechanics brand, and I wear the Mechanics Impact version, and the one I wear the most often are the fingerless gloves. The full-fingered gloves are important, especially in a bug-out bag, in a go bag. Maybe you have to move something, rip something that's sharp or hot or super cold. So having this is important, right? But the reason I want the fingerless gloves is because I need to be able to do everything I could do with my gloves on that I can do without my gloves on. That means function my flashlight. It means draw my firearm. It means put my flashlight on or off. It means operating the slide lock lever. All those things with the same level of dexterity. Further to that, remember, there's a higher likelihood you are going to encounter a medical emergency than a active shooter situation. So if you come across someone, chest seal for example, the ability to open a chest seal is going to be much easier with these on than they are going to be with these on. The ability to rake the back to see or to feel if whatever came in the front went out the back. It's going to be much easier with these on than with these on. Operating your cell phone, right? All of our cell phones these days are fingerprint operated. You might want to call for emergency services. These. Now, what I like about these, also, I wear these to the gym. I wear them like 4 to 6 times a week. Okay, I can vouch for the stuff. They are solid. Good for pull-ups as well. They have a textured area over here, and then 2 sort of puffy areas over here, which provide you with control and support. That textured area is nice because it's right on the grip of the firearm, right? And the support is where if you were to fall, we would most likely get your scrapes. So, it's not too showy. They actually look quite cool. I think they look quite cool. These are available in South Africa from Bell MT. I'll leave them linked down below. A really cool pair of gloves. And the reason I recommend these is because you need that same level of capability and dexterity when wearing gloves as when not wearing gloves. The important concept, guys, to take away from EDCing in winter is as you layer up, you can't decrease your capability. This wasn't really a winter EDC review. It was more of a winter EDC concepts. And I believe these concepts are transferable to anywhere in the world where it's winter. I know some places get super cold. And in those places, you might have to just sacrifice and go for the full-fingered gloves. That's the reality of it. But I think the mindset of not being willing to reduce your capability is very important, or the minimization of reduced capability for the maximization of comfort. Pants-wise, I would say I generally wear Urban Warrior, Recon or Infiltrator pants, or if you want to wear a pair of jeans, it is the old khaki stretch jeans. That's pretty much what I wear all year round. Shoes wise, guys, wear whatever shoes you want to wear. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you can move around in them. Guys, that is it. I'll see you guys in the week for a mail time video. Have a good week. Be safe. Train hard. Cheers. God bless.